everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Amanda. If you are new here and it's your first time, welcome. Welcome to another episode of The Aspiring Artist, and we are actually starting out with Linnea. As you guys saw from the intro machinimas, Linnea did stop by Selina and Mark's home, and she had a conversation with Selina about the art show that she attended with her boyfriend Orion, where she got to speak to Maeva for a little bit. And now Linnea is back home. This entire episode is going to take place in one night, by the way, just letting you guys know. Linnea just got back home. She's here with her cat Echo, who she is very, very happy to see. And she's just giving Echo a little bit of a hug. And her boyfriend Orion is actually here with her. And she's going to go ahead and she's going to talk to Orion a little bit because Linnea is still feeling a little bit strange after her first meeting with Maeva and after talking to Maeva's mother, Selina, as well. And so Orion is over here actually watching TV on the couch, and I'm going to have her come over here and she's going to, let's see, I'm going to have them have a deep conversation. And she's just going to tell him, because Orion was here like waiting for Linnea, you know, after she left back out again to go see Selina. And she's just going to tell him, like, I went to go see Selina and Mark. They're two of my clients, right? She's not really supposed to be sharing all of this with Orion, but she is. And she's like, I went to go see Selina and Mark, and I just had a conversation with Selina about Maeva a little bit. And Orion is going to be like, and how did that go? And she's like, it was okay, but I feel like she was really, I guess, kind of caught off guard about things about Maeva, you know, because Selena has been trying to get in touch with Maeva for a while, as we know, right? She's been trying to talk to her, trying to reach out to her, trying to just open a conversation with Maeva, and Maeva is not having that with Selena, right? And so Selena, hearing that Linnea was able to at least talk to Maeva, kind of caught her off guard a little bit, and Linnea kind of picked up on that, right? Linnea is very introverted, right? And we can see that, yes, Linnea is a slob, she is a cat lover, she is a romantic sim, and all of that type of stuff, right? Those are her like in-game traits though. But Linnea as a person is actually very, she's more introverted, definitely more introverted than Orion is. She is not a confrontational person, and as we can see, Maeva kind of is. Especially now, Maeva is definitely a confrontational person more than she was in the past. And Linnea is not. She's not confrontational. And so her seeing Maeva so upset and angry just really caught her off guard. And she was just like, oh, okay, I'll just say the first thing that comes to my mind. I want a painting of my cat. And she kind of just dug herself into a little bit of a hole there with that, because we already know that's not true, and now she has to kind of follow through on that and just digging herself a bit further and further. And so Orion is going to tell Linnea, let's have him bestow empathy, because Orion is not going to be like, well, why did you do that? Why did you say that to her? Or any of that. Remember, Orion is a generous sim, right? He's very kind. And so he's not going to tell her, like, why did you do that? You shouldn't have lied to her, all of that type of stuff. He's just going to be like, you know, babe, you probably should have just been honest about who you are. You should have told her the truth about why you were there, you know? And Linnea is like, I wanted to tell her the truth. I didn't intend to make anything up on the spot, but babe, she was really upset. Like, she was angry. And Orion is like, I told you she did not look like she was happy. She did not look like she was happy. And I'm just gonna also have him just go ahead and he can embrace Linnea. He's not gonna propose, even though that would be really cute, but it doesn't make any sense right now. But it would be kind of cute. I'm gonna have him go ahead and embrace Linnea and just kind of give her some encouragement, because he knows that Linnea is not a confrontational person at all. And even though he tried to warn her that Maeva was in a terrible mood, I think he knows that Linnea was not really, you know, prepared to deal with that and to handle that, even though she is an attorney. So it would kind of make sense that she could deal with confrontation. But I feel like Linnea is just she's very introverted. She's not confrontational. She's not far into her career. And she doesn't have that like unshakable confidence in herself yet. You know what I mean? And so Maeva being so upset and in that environment just really caught Linnea off guard, and she panicked. What are they doing? B proposition. Okay. I think that's actually my cue to leave them because we are actually going to go check in with another person in this building while they are apparently doing their own thing. Oh, they're going to the shower. Okay. Okay, guys, so we are currently with Oceana and Rhys after the party, and as you guys can see, they are not getting along well at all. Now, if you remember from the party, Oceana was all up on Rhys at the party, right? Remember, she was kissing on him and hugging on him and being way more affectionate than she usually would imply that she wanted to be. Now, they've always just been like a hookup, right? And suddenly at Maeva's event, Oceana is all up on Rhys and hugging on him and kissing on him and everything, right? And so they're kind of in a bit of a disagreement about this because they got back and Oceana decided that she wanted to confront Rhys about this because she saw Rhys dancing with Maeva. Remember that Rhys asked Maeva if they could have a dance together, and she said yes, and they were dancing on the dance floor, right? Oceana saw that, and she was upset about that. And Rhys is just kind of wondering, like, well, what is the big deal? You know, he's like, what are you upset about? Because you're the one who said that you didn't want this to be anything more than just, you know, us hooking up. You didn't want a relationship. You want to focus on your career, all of that type of stuff, right? That was all Oceana's idea. That wasn't Rhys's idea. Rhys would love to be more than friends with Oceana, but she didn't want that. And so Rhys is kind of like caught off guard. Like, why are you upset with me about dancing with Maeva when you and I aren't even a thing? And Oceana is just going to come out and just say it like, it's not about us not being a thing, Rhys. It's about the fact that you were dancing with her, like putting emphasis on the her, right? And Rhys is like, you don't even know anything about Maeva. Like, you spent one night with her at the party. He doesn't really understand that. Like, why are you specifically so upset about Maeva? And so she's going to go ahead. I wonder if she can trash Maeva. I wonder she can. As you guys can see as well, her and Maeva have a pretty awful relationship as well. She's going to trash Maeva to Rhys because that's what she has a problem with. And what is Rhys going to say? Oh, I don't think he's feeling it. Let's see. He says, okay. Rhys says, I can't stand to listen to this anymore. She can't believe that he didn't take her side. And so Rhys actually said, I can't stand to listen to this anymore. In case you weren't aware, Maeva and I are extremely close. Stop bad mouthing her. Maeva just gets them all, doesn't she? She just gets them all. She catches them all. Okay. Oceana just tried to tell Rhys, like, it's not the fact that you were there dancing with anybody, it's the fact that you were dancing with her and she's trash, she's filthy, she has no morals, saying all this like really awful stuff about Maeva, right? And so she's gonna go ahead and she's going to brush off Rhys, right? Because she's like, how dare you take her side? How dare you not care about how I feel about that? And whereas Rhys is just seeing it as like, look, we're not even in a relationship. In terms of sim preferences, would you say that Oceana likes romance enthusiasts? What they got to do with the conversation though, game? Like, they are literally sitting here arguing. She's feeling embarrassed. What does that have to do with being a romance enthusiast? Like, please be for real. Yeah, sure. Either way, what are her moodlets? She's feeling embarrassed, faltered plan from failing to trash talk someone. Oceana better rethink her approach to this conversation to avoid this feeling. She feels bad that it did not work. She feels embarrassed that he didn't believe her. She has high knees, blah, blah. Stabbed a friend in the back from a loyal sim trash talking a friend. Her and Maeva are not friends, so we're going to disregard this, but I'll still read it. It says, Oceana feels guilty about bad-mouthing her friend. What kind of sim does that? No, she don't. No, she don't. She does not feel bad about bad-mouthing Maeva. An argument loser from losing an argument. How frustrating. Being inarticulate and factually incorrect has never been more infuriating. So Oceana just feels like this is pointless. They're having an offensive conversation. She's upset that Rhys obviously cares more about Maeva than he cares about her. And he's feeling, let's see, how's he feeling? He's feeling playful. I'm going to read his moodlets as well, guys. Still got it from cringe sim simply holding a conversation. Rhys is so adorable. I'm sorry. It says, "You see, I'm sometimes a bit of a people pleaser. I've got these social interactions on lock." He also feels like they're having an aggravating conversation, feeling angry after an unpleasant conversation because Rhys feels like, "Oceana, you're wasting my time. You say you don't want to be with me. You say you just want to hook up." You know, she doesn't have a problem with him hooking up with Milana from time to time because they do. So Rhys is like, "You didn't have a problem with Milana, but you got a problem with Maeva. I don't get it, you know?" And feeling angry after an unpleasant conversation, argument triumph from winning an argument, victory, watching your opponents, not him calling Oceana his opponent, okay, watching your opponent's reason and rhetoric crumble before your implaceable logic is immensely satisfying. So Rhys ain't trying to hear that about Maeva. Rhys is like, "Look, whatever you got going on against Maeva, you can save it." He sees it as, "You just want to now lock me down. You're jealous, and I'm not having it." And Oceana is just gonna be like, "Rhys, you're just stupid." Like, she's just gonna straight up just call him that. She's like, "You're just stupid. Like, leave me alone, get out of my face, and get out of my apartment." Because Oceana is upset. She feels like she's trying to explain to Rhys, like, "I don't like that girl. She's so trifling, and you gonna sit here and take her side over me when I'm trying to tell you that I can't stand that girl. Just get out of my face, Rhys." Like, she's over it. She's tired of it, and she's gonna go to bed. Like, she's not gonna say goodbye to him. She's not going to hug him. None of that. She's just gonna go to bed, and she's gonna be like, "Rhys, get out of my apartment. Like, just leave." And she's gonna come back in her room, and she's gonna go to bed. Like, she's over it, and she feels like Rhys is not listening, and she's done. She's just done with it. And Rhys is gonna be like, "Okay, good night." And she's like, "Yeah, whatever, get out of my apartment." Like, Oceana's over it. And so Rhys is going to just, he's gonna do what she asks. He's gonna get out. So now that he is back home, he's just gonna get something out the fridge because he's like, "What was all that?" Like, he feels like Oceana's wasting his time and she's playing with him because she said that she didn't want to be anything more with him anyway. And not Milana's still in her party clothes. Please, Milana, let's change your clothes, okay? Let's put on something more comfy like everyone else is, right? Let's put on this little outfit right here. But Rhys is feeling like Oceana's playing in my face and she's wasting my time because she has this vendetta against Maeva. That's how he sees it. And Milana is also going to go ahead and just clean up this counter. And while she's cleaning, she's going to tell Rhys, like, "Where were you?" And he's gonna be like, "I was downstairs at Oceana's." And Milana thinks like, "Oh, like they were hooking up or whatever." And Reese is gonna be like, "Oh, just great." Now he's gonna go ahead and repair this because that is what he does for a living. So he can just go ahead and repair it himself. That's fine. But he's just gonna tell Milana, like, "Nah, it wasn't no happy meeting. Like, she flew off on me about not liking Maeva and being upset that I was dancing with her." And Milana's like, "Why don't she like Maeva?" And Rhys is like, "Something with Taylor or whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't really have time for it, to be honest." And Milana's going to just, let's have them banter. Like, Milana is just like, maybe she was tripping for some reason. Maybe it wasn't for like a good reason. Either way, if it was her that said that she didn't want more with you, I would just leave it alone and let her get back to you when she ready. Or if she don't want to get back to you, well, cut your losses. That's the type of advice that Milana gives. Like, she don't really get into it. Like, she's just like, "Hey, let it fall where it falls. But please. Okay, well, I did say." Remember, I did say they do be hooking up sometimes, okay? And there they go. Not all of these households leaving off the same way. Like, these Sims just all look freaky. I'm so sorry, y'all. I mean, they kind of are, but that's kind of the point of the series, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, but I mean, like, dang, can I just have a normal like household ending? All right. So I'm gonna leave them here to this. Like, Rhys is like, "I'm not even thinking about that. I'm not tripping on Oceana. I got other stuff I could be doing anyway." I know that's right, Rhys. Hey guys, so we are here with Leandro. Remember, this is all in one night, all right after the party, right? And we are here with Leandro, and he got home and he noticed Taylor's car is outside. Taylor isn't here. Now, remember in the last episode, Taylor left out the bathroom. Leandro tried to talk to her and she wasn't having it. She was like, "I'm leaving." And Leandro assumed that meant she was going home. He gets home and Taylor is not here. And he's looking around like, "Well, her car's outside. Where is she? what's going on? It's late, it's the middle of the night. She should have been home. Taste of his own medicine, right? He's like, what is going on? Where is she? It's late. As you guys can see, it is 12:30 in the morning, technically, now, and Taylor is at home, but her car is here, and he's like, well, maybe she called an Uber, but then where did she go? Like, he's confused, and he's going to actually, I'm going to have him, not him and Maeva having a full romance bar, like, please. He's going to message Taylor and just kind of be like, hey, I'm home. Where are you? Where are you at? She's not going to respond. Like, she sees it, but she doesn't care. Like, she's done, she's over it right now, right? But the next person that crosses his mind is Oceana. He's like, maybe she went there. Maybe they left together because they were talking together at the party earlier. And he's thinking maybe she went to Oceana's after she left. And so he's going to then message Oceana. He's going to be like, did Taylor come to your place after the party? She's not home. Like, have you seen her? You know, and usually he would not message Oceana like at all because he knows that Oceana does not like him at all and they don't get along. Oceana's just like messaging him back like, I don't know where she is. She didn't come here because remember, Oceana's already irritated after telling Rhys basically to get out of her face. Like, she didn't want to look at him anymore. And so he's like, maybe she went to Elsie's. Her mom. Maybe she went to Elsie's. And so now he's going to message Elsie. Hey, Elsie, I know it's late, but is Taylor with you by chance? And Elsie's going to message back like, no, she's not here with me. And he's going to be like, are you sure? And he's like, no, she's not here. And Leandro being Leandro's about to go over to Elsie's because he wants to know where his baby is at, okay? And he's like, somebody got to know where she is, right? Okay, y'all. So Leandro is at Elsie's, and you may think popping up on your fiance's mama in the middle of the night is crazy, right? But yeah, here he is, and he's hugging Elsie. You know, like, oh, how are you? It's good to see you. All that type of stuff. Elsie in her nightgown. It is late. Okay, that's enough hugging. That's enough hugging. Like, Elsie, let me find out because she ain't need that second hug. That was unnecessary. Out of the way, because she don't look unhappy to see him despite it being in the middle of the night. She in her nightgown and everything. Like, Elsie, let me find out. Out of the way. What? Oh, hold on. She just decided that she was going to sweet talk Leandro for some type of reason. They are good friends. That's about it. So I don't really understand. I don't understand. Look, I ask that the jury disregards that. Okay, please disregard that because what is going on? So we're gonna pretend that Elsie did not just make a pass at Leandro because why? Like, why? Please, Elsie. Oh yeah, that reminds me as well. I'm gonna insert a little picture here. What? No, no. No, I'm resetting them. I'm sorry. No, there's no way. I'm also going to insert a picture of, if I still have it, I might have deleted it. But if I do insert it, it's a picture of Elsie and Mark out at the restaurant together on what looked like a little date. Now, that's not going to go anywhere, right? Because why would Elsie mama be interested in dating Maeva's daddy? They have nothing in common. They are not from the same walks of life. Elsie would never be around Mark. That tells me that maybe Elsie want a man too. And we can make that happen, but it cannot be Leandro. Like, what type of show is this? No, like they're gonna let them have the conversation that they're supposed to be having, and then Leandro's gonna go because obviously they both got something else going on. Let's have a deep conversation. Yeah, come sit down and have a deep conversation. Like, Elsie, wow, then, man. Okay. So Leandro's gonna be like, have you heard from Taylor? Why does he keep wanting to flirt with her? No, just talk, just talk. Please, that's all I'm asking y'all to do. It's just talk. Y'all both are just a mess. Maybe he's trying to butter her up. That's all I can take from that. He's gonna be like, have you seen Taylor? Have you heard from Taylor? And Elsie is like, no, I haven't seen her. Now, the truth of the matter is, Taylor was here earlier tonight after she left the party because Elsie doesn't live too far away from the venue. We are in the arts quarter right now, and she doesn't live too far away from the venue, right? And so she did stop by Elsie's earlier tonight. That is true, and she was here for a little bit, briefly, to calm down. She told her mom about everything that happened at the party between her, Maeva, Robin, all of that. And she stopped by to see Elsie and then she left out again. So it's not completely true that Elsie hasn't seen Taylor, but it is true that she's not here right now. You know, she was honest about that. Taylor is not here right now. And I'm gonna keep canceling out these romance interactions because I need them to be for real. I'm turning romance autonomy back off after this. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't. And he's just gonna be like, so you haven't heard from her at all? And Elsie's like, no, I haven't seen her. She told me that she was going to a party tonight, and I told her have fun, be safe, and that's the last I heard from her. And Leandro's just gonna be like, well, all right then. If she does stop by here, can you tell her that I'm I'm worried and I want her to come home? Like, I messaged her and she didn't message me back. Like, what's going on? Just tell her you can tell her I stopped by here if you want, and just tell her that I'm looking for her. Stop. Stop. I swear to God. Leandro, I need you to be for real. Look at Elsie. Look at Elsie. Oh my God, bro. I hate these Sims. They are all so trashy. Oh my God. They are all so trashy. Like, I can't stand them. What we gonna say is that he blew her a kiss as like saying like, okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Okay. Let's say that. Let's say he blew Elsie a kiss saying like, okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Sorry for stopping by so late. But just if you do hear from Taylor, you see Taylor, anything, just tell her that I was looking for her. Just want her to come home. And Elsie knows that they kind of got into a little bit of an argument, but she's not going to tell that to Leandro. And Elsie is just going to be like, "Well, did something happen? Oh, now he not feeling it. Now he not feeling it. He mad. Okay, good. I'm glad that happened because whatever else y'all was trying to do is ridiculous." So Elsie knows that Leandro and Taylor got into a little bit of an argument, right? But she's not gonna tell him that. She's just like, did something happen? Like, and Leandro's like, no, nothing happened. We just, you know, things have just been a little bit bumpy between us a little bit, and she kind of left the party in a hurry, and I got home and she just wasn't there. And Elsie's like, well, okay, in the morning, I'll if she stops by or something, I'll tell her that, that you're worried, and tell her to head home. And I'm gonna have Leandro go ahead and head home because they stressing me out and they getting on my nerves. And as I said earlier, these Sims are too freaky for me. Like, what is going on? Okay, so Elsie sent Leandro home and I want to see how she's feeling. I switched to playing her household. And she's reminiscing about good times from discussing past ski experiences. Elsie, please. Frigid air, fun days, and snow in your face is what skiing is all about. And you need to talk to Leandro about that why. What type of sentiments did they gain together, if any at all? Smitten? Elsie can't explain it, but she is really enamored with Leandro, and the sight of him makes Elsie's heart beat faster. What in the Jerry Springer is going on? Don't be mad, but I'm getting rid of this. This can't stay. I'm sorry, no. No. This has got to go. No, like, no, that's just so nasty to me. No. That is her daughter's man, like, that she is desperately trying to push her to stay with for some reason. And then he comes over in the middle of the night, and instead of you being like, Leandro, what are you doing here? This is inappropriate. Like, don't come here asking about my daughter. Instead she starts flirting with him and now they're smitten with each other. Like, no, that's just so nasty to me. And she also knows Mark now, apparently, since they were at the restaurant together. Whatever. Elsie need to find her something to do, for real. But she's going to message Taylor and she's going to tell her, hey, just a heads up, Leandro stopped by here. And Taylor's like, this late at night? And Elsie's like, yeah, he just left. And he said that he got home and you aren't there. Where did you go, Taylor? And Taylor's going to be like, Mom, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. If he comes back, just send him back home. Like, I'm fine. I'm safe. I just don't want to go home right now. And Elsie's like, well, he seemed worried. And Taylor's just like, Mom, right now I don't really care if he seemed worried. Just know that I'm completely fine. And when I want to go home, I'll go home. I'll talk to him when I want to. Just, you don't got to get involved in it. Like, she's telling Elsie, you do not have to get involved in it. We're fine. Everything's fine. I'm safe. I'm sorry that he disturbed your night, even though we already saw how that went because child, whatever. Like, hey, y'all. So we are currently at Wade's place. This apartment was built by Bojanasims on the gallery. I did not decorate Wade's place, y'all. Now, when I do move them all and renovate their save file and all that type of stuff, I will, of course, give Wade like a personalized space like everyone else. But for the time being, I just moved Wade into this apartment and it's really nice anyway. But either way, we are at Wade's place because this is where Taylor went after she left her mama house, y'all. Now, remember at the party, Taylor was flirting a little bit with Wade. She was kind of making some passes at Wade. And I told you guys, Wade is like recently divorced and all of that type of stuff. Wade is Taylor and Leandro's mutual friend, if you guys did not know. Just a little bit about Wade, because Wade was a side character for like the longest time, right? I didn't care about Wade. I had to rescue him from my unplayed household, man, y'all. And so Wade is an active sim. He is also romantic. He is self-assured. He doesn't want a child right now, surprisingly, even though Taylor is clearly pregnant, but it's not clear to them. Okay, they don't know yet. So he is level 9 in his career. He is a level 9 civic planner, and yeah, like Wade has a pretty decent living for himself, you know, like he has plenty of money in the bank. Like Wade is doing pretty good for himself. And him and Taylor are very close friends. They have been for a long time. And Taylor has decided that she wants to start getting a little bit closer to Wade, maybe a little bit more than friends, you know what I mean? And so I'm going to have them have a little bit of a deep conversation because Taylor's kind of like easing her way closer to Wade, you know what I mean? Now, Wade is actually divorced. He was actually married when I took him from my unplayed household bin, and he was married to Summer Holiday. I believe that she is an EA townie. I'm not really sure, but I think she is an EA townie. Thankfully, they do not have any children together, so there's no mess on that part. I don't know whose baby this is. It literally just says acquaintances. I'm assuming this is a baby that maybe lived in a household that he was living in. This bassinet is taking me out. Like, why is it just an empty bassinet? So Wade was feeling a little bit heartbroken. He's a little bit, you know, lonely, unsure about himself, unsure about his next step in life, and all of that type of stuff. And so having Taylor around is just like a little bit of company. And thank you for just coming and getting right in my face, Taylor. I love that. Thank you. Let's have her come and sit over here. And Wade is feeling a little bit flirty right now, even just like having Taylor here. And Taylor is just kind of she's going to flirt with Wade too, you know, because let's be real, that's why she came here in the first place, right? Like, she didn't come here to sit here and talk to Wade and just chat and all that type of stuff. She came here to try to get with Wade a little bit, you know? Oh, he's talking about his divorce. He's talking about the heartbreak. That's so sad. I kind of feel bad for Wade. Like, I've kind of started to take a liking to Wade. I feel like I misjudged Wade. You know what I mean? Not her blowing him a kiss. Okay. Oh, he feeling it. He with it. But I kind of feel a little bit bad for Wade because he's just like caught in the middle of this, right? And Wade is supposed to be a friend to Leandro. Keep that in mind. He's supposed to be a friend to Leandro, but yet here he is flirting with. He's literally doing it autonomously now. Okay, here he is with Taylor, flirting with Taylor, and they actually have good chemistry with each other. I'm not gonna lie. They do have good chemistry with each other, a little bit better than what she has. Definitely better than what she has with Leandro, to be completely honest with you guys. And not her glitching out. Come sit down, please. And she's gonna be like, just a second. I'm just gonna send Leandro a message real quick and let him know that I'm okay. Because remember, her mom messaged her saying that he stopped by, and Taylor doesn't want Leandro like going all over town looking for her or even coming here to Wade's place, right? And so she's just gonna message him like, "Hey, my mom said you stopped by her place. Don't do that again. I'm fine. I'll come home when I want to come home." And Leandro's gonna be like, "I did stop by there because I was worried about you. I'm concerned about where you are because you left the party in a rush and you weren't home." And she's like, "I said I'm fine. Don't stop by my mom's again. Leave her out of this, and I'll come home when I come home. I'll see you when I see you." And I really just want them to just talk. I don't want them to hook up or anything like that. I want them to just talk, you know? Like I said, Wade is recently divorced, and that's on his mind like a lot. And Taylor knows that. Maybe it's a little bit manipulative, maybe. But they are good friends either way. And so it is her also just offering a listening ear as a friend. And yeah, with a little bit of an ulterior motive. Absolutely. Because she feels like if Leandro could do whatever he wants to do to me, then I can have my fun too. But unfortunately, poor Wade is also caught in that. But to be honest, Wade seems like he's down with it. Like he doesn't really care. So, they can have their first kiss already. Gang, please. Maybe just let them, I'm just gonna let them, hug and just chill tonight, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna have them do anything else. I just now I'm giving her a rose already. These Sims are showing out in this episode. Please. Wade learned that Taylor is also romantic. She does have the romantic trait. They are both romantic Sims. They definitely are compatible, and I wanted this to just be them just kind of getting to know each other and just talking a little bit. But obviously they want to take things a little bit faster than what I anticipated. So we'll see where this goes, because Taylor is not going to tell Wade about everything that went down at the party. She doesn't want to ruin the mood, She wants to just kind of have a good night with Wade, and she wants to relax really and kind of forget about all that type of stuff. And so she's not going to talk to him about everything that went on at the party. She's not going to talk about, why she wanted to come here in the first place and all of that type of stuff. She just wants to forget about all of it. She just wants to mentally escape all of it for even just a little bit. She is eventually going to go back home. It's just not going to be tonight. She doesn't want to see Leandro tonight. She doesn't want to be reminded of everything that happened with Maeva. She doesn't want to be reminded that Robin is a massive traitor, and she doesn't want to think about all that tonight. Hey guys, so we are finally back with Maeva. She just, she's back home and she wants to come in and change her clothes and unwind after that very difficult conversation that she had with Carlo earlier in the evening. I did put Maeva's house on the ground from where it was like on the upper level. It may look a little bit, it looks strange. It definitely looks strange, but keep in mind that she is going to be moving eventually. Like it's not permanent, but I was tired of all the camera bouncing I was getting when her house was on the second level. So I did go ahead and just move it down to the lower level. And I think it makes her backyard look a little bit nicer from inside her bedroom anyway. So she's going to come in here and she's going to go ahead and change her clothes. Not as lagging, please. There we go. Because she had a very, very long night. I'm also going to let her come on in here and she could have something to drink because Maeva had a long night. I'm not going to have her have a beer. I don't think Maeva drinks beer. She might. She might, but I definitely think she prefers wine. And so I'm going to have her get a glass of wine while we just chat for a little bit. Now, as you guys can see, Maeva does have 54,212 simoleons in her household funds now. That's a lot of money. I don't think we've ever seen her with that much money before. If we have, it's only been money that like Leandro has given her, and then she immediately spends it on school and paying her student loans and bills and all that type of stuff, right? This is her own money. And I'm just really, really, really proud of her. I know she's a sim, but I am just really, really proud of her for that, right? Like, this is her own money. This is the money that she earned from selling all of her artwork. And I also had her sell all of the artwork that was in her inventory, before we went into the show, because she had a lot of art on her. And most of it, I did not care about having her stand there and just sell art all night. Like, we had other things to tend to, obviously, right? And so I'm also going to have her put away this wine really quickly. So I had her sell all of the art in her inventory, and then the money that she got from actually selling the art that was up on the board. And I had her do a few more paintings off screen as well. And yeah, she has quite a lot of money. Maeva's doing very, very well for herself financially right now. Her love life may be a complete mess, a complete disaster, but financially Maeva is actually doing pretty okay. And I'm going to have her message, I think she will message one of her girls, and I'm actually going to have her go ahead and maybe message Stephanie. Let's have her send Stephanie a text, and I also want her to message Rhys, because I'm going to insert a picture. Because when I was playing a little bit off camera, Rhys actually messaged Maeva. He messaged Maeva and said, "So this is going to sound crazy. I know we're friends and all, but well, okay, here it goes. I have a crush on you. Phew, okay, it's out there. So would you want to go out with me sometime? You're super cool. I really want to hang out with you more." And I had Maeva say, of course, let's go on a date. Now, I really, really like this because I don't like to really force my Sims together. I kind of wait to see where they gravitate towards, right? If you remember back on Maeva's trip to Sovasims, her and Leandro were actually like done during that trip, right? Remember they had gotten to it pretty badly and they were on the outs with each other. That's why I had Maeva mention like the ups and downs of their friendship during her speech at her party, because that was definitely one of the ups and downs, is when they were completely on the outs. Maeva was very, very hurt by Leandro, by his actions, and she didn't want anything to do with him. And so he messaged her that same thing, saying like, hey, I like you and I want to see you, and can we go out? And that's kind of how they ended up entangled with each other again, right? It is 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna have her come in here and brush her teeth as well because it's very late. And like I said, she had a very long day, and emotionally draining day, definitely emotionally draining, and it's only going to get a little bit more draining for her, unfortunately, as she gets more wrapped up with Linnea and with her parents and all of that as well. I can have her paint while I talk to like unwind a little bit, painting. And him messaging her that is kind of like the go ahead to be like, okay, we could dive deeper into this friendship, into this relationship, and see where it goes. And especially, we saw earlier he was not having it with Oceana trash talking Maeva. He was not okay with that. And so I see that definitely as like the go ahead to really explore their friendship, and that could possibly develop into a relationship. We'll have to see. I am going to have her stop painting. Oh yeah, she is also a casual romantic as well, which came through Wicked Whims as a Wicked attribute. She is a casual romantic, meaning that she can have romantic interactions with other Sims without being romantically attached to them. And surprisingly enough, the only other person that she is romantically attached to is Leandro. But right now, Maeva is mentally exhausted. She's over it today. She's happy that her art show went well. She's happy that she made lots and lots of money. But right now, she is exhausted from everything that happened in the last couple of days now. And it's just been a lot. She's emotionally drained. She's tired. She's over all of it. And she just wants to get some rest and prepare for whatever's next for her, career wise, relationship wise, all of that type of stuff, right? So I'm going to let her actually go ahead and get some rest because May has had a strange couple of days, but this is where we are going to leave Maeva. And we do have one more scene after this, one more little machinima scene. But this is where I am going to leave you all. And I want to thank you all so very, very much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.